This is one of the fastest growing areas in Overland Park, and in this video, we're not just going to break down the area, we're actually going to tour this custom reverse 1.5-story home, main level living, over $100,000 worth of upgrades, break down the entire area as well as this subdivision, which is one of the most popular in Overland Park. It's called Sundance Ridge. Now this home is currently for sale. It's the Olympic 2 Reverse by Pyramid Homes, main level living. The original owners built it in 2019. They didn't spare a single expense. There's tons of attention to detail, and a semi-new home like this can come with quite a few advantages compared to buying or building a brand new home, which is something we'll talk about throughout the video. This one is 4 beds, 3 baths, 3921 square feet, which is pretty big for a reverse 1.5. Sits on nearly a third of an acre, and it's right around the corner from the beautiful multi-million-dollar amenities package. And this is the view as soon as you step inside. We'll hang out here for just a moment. It's a lot to take in. There are upgrades everywhere you look. I especially like all of the attention to detail, the trim work above. These are the original owners who built the home, so I'll show you what some of those upgrades look like as we go throughout it. And then after we cover this main floor, we'll talk about the appreciation of this area, the location, and why you would want to move here in the first place. So I'm going to spin us around just so you can see the actual entry here. Beautiful entry light there. You've got the box vault ceiling up top. They upgraded the crown molding as well. And it's super tall ceilings, just like any reverse 1.5-story. Although they do feel a little bit taller just because you've got all this trim work. You've got all the kind of box vaults throughout the house. It adds a lot of volume to the entry. And one of my favorite things, so this is like a dining room. Right now it's being used as a piano room. The piano is a beautiful touch, quite a piece of art. And then you've got this beautiful, I wouldn't even call this a coffered ceiling. You've got beautiful trim detail. And of course you've got that accent color on the trim as well. Now, one of the things that we'll talk about here later on in the video is one of the major advantages of buying a like-new property. So this one was built in 2019. If you were to build it today, it'd be a whole lot more expensive, and we'll save that discussion of price here until the end of the video. So beautiful kitchen. I'm going to kind of make our way over here so you can see the staircase. I'm a big fan of where they've placed the staircase here. It's in a great spot. This mirror right here adds quite a bit of light. You've got natural light coming in, bouncing off the mirror. And then you've got all of the trim work up and down that accent wall. Now, real quick, I owe a huge thank you to the owners of the property. They did a great job building this one. And Karen Baum, the listing agent, her contact information will be down below in the description. Also, a Weicker agent. And of course, if you have any questions about this property, if you'd like to see, it's a beautiful home. It's not going to last forever. Or if you're interested in building or buying a brand new home in the Overland Park area or surrounding areas, all of my contact information is down below. So feel free to send me a phone call, text message, email. Would love to set you up for success. Now, if you've watched any of the previous property tours that we've done, you know that we're a big fan of real hardwoods. These are the real deal. So 3/4 inch real hardwoods, you can refinish them for probably close to 100 years. There's just nothing quite like them anymore. And then the living spaces of the home. So the main living room, got these beautiful coffered ceilings. If you can see it, you've got the upgraded crown molding throughout. Another big advantage here is you've got plantation shutters. They're 4 inches, and you've got them throughout the house. So usually not something that you would find with brand new construction. That's usually something that's an out-of-pocket expense when you do buy new. It's one of the major advantages of a home like this. And if we take a minute to look at you've got these recessed built-ins on either side of the fireplace. Really classy look with the light fixture. And I'm becoming a big fan of fireplaces. I think they're really classy. You don't see them all over the place. And so this is actually wood fireplace, and then you've got tile on the surround. Beautiful windows, tons of natural light coming in. I really like the second row of windows at the top as well for even more natural light. Then we're going to make our way into the kitchen area and the dining right here. You'll notice you've got some shiplap on the, I don't know if I would call this a box vault quite, but you do have some volume to that ceiling feature right there. And this is quite a bit bigger than most breakfast nooks that we see. This main floor plan, it lives really well. So this is around it's a little over 3,900 square feet, which is pretty big for a reverse 1.5. You've got the main story living. You got these 3 giant windows looking out onto that mature landscaping outside. We're gonna save the patio for here in just a minute. And I'm going to show you the mudroom area as well as the kitchen. We'll kind of make our way throughout the rest of the home. So the first thing to notice, you got a beautiful stain on the kitchen island here. They do have vacuums built in. So if you've ever seen these before, if you're sweeping, you click these guys on right here. It might be a little loud. Kitchen cabinets, they go all the way up to the ceiling. You got the built-in oven right here. Huge pantry that I'll show you in just a second. Oversized island in the center. Some real classy light fixtures that go really well with the fireplace and the built-ins over there. And then one detail that's really nice in this pantry, one is that you've got the knockdown texture. So any pantry, you're putting stuff up against the walls, usually it leaves marks, but the way that these owners built the home, you do have that knockdown texture and a bit of enamel paint, so it's a lot more durable. But number 2 is I've got a lot of clients who are building, and one of the main things is we want to make sure we've got space for like a microwave, a toaster oven, etc. in the pantry. It's important to have outlets for that, but also what's important is having a fan in the pantry as well. And these owners knocked the ball out of the park on that one. I just haven't seen it in many other homes before. This might actually be the first that I've seen it, but really big pantry there. And then as we turn around, something that's important to know is I know a lot of people are into like a really open floor plan. This is the best of both worlds where you have these you've got these openings both in the living room and off to the entry as well. You've got trim that's upgraded throughout. Adds a ton of nice detail just as you're walking throughout the home. And of course, you've got more trim here as well. So very similar to the accent wall with the big mirror going down the stairs. You've got garage entry right here. Hall tree. And then this bench actually lifts up. You've got some additional storage in there. And then in the garage, show it to you real quick. You've got an epoxy floor, which is beautiful. It's easier to clean. It looks really nice, and it's very durable. A beautiful hall closet here. And then a really big laundry room. You've got the utility sink, plenty of storage below and above. And then laundry units and more storage. You got another closet here. Now we're only about halfway through the main floor, so we're gonna get to the patio. It's beautiful, mature landscaping's outside. Master bedroom is huge, very nice sitting area. And then of course you got the office off the main floor. The reason why we're going through the home the way we are is because there are a ton of details and a ton of upgrades that you usually wouldn't see in any out-of-the-box new construction homes, at least right now. But before we get into that part of the video, I wanna break down the location because this is one that has a ton of potential. Overland Park, it's becoming a little bit more congested every single year. That Blue Valley School District is a big attractor. A lot of people are moving to the area. This part of Overland Park is kind of the final frontier. There's a ton of land available to be developed. This community specifically is Sundance Ridge. Over 800 plus home sites. They've already got the amenities in. Just a few minutes south of here, you got Southern Meadows, which is around 1,200 plus home sites, and plenty more subdivisions being developed, going through city planning, etc. in this area right now. So here's what we're getting to is this area is tucked a little outside of the central part of Overland Park. You're away from all the hustle and bustle. If you're looking for a more quiet life, this is where you're going to find it. It's also where you're going to find quite a bit of appreciation, because with the avalanche of the number of new homes being built around here, we're going to see the prices continue to climb. This is in the Blue Valley School District. All those schools are about 12 to 13 minutes away. The elementary school's 13 minutes away. Of course, your Blue Valley Middle, Blue Valley High School. But on top of all of that, we know that retail follows residential. So we've seen all the shops up and down 135th Street. That used to be really far south. And now you've got all the shops on 151st Street. You've got the Blue Hawk Shopping Center, which is only about 13, 14 minutes away. And we'll continue to see shops being developed farther and farther south in Overland Park. So while this is tucked away and it is going to be a quick commute to some of those shops right now, it's only a matter of time, not a question of if, when we see more retail, commercial, etc., restaurant, shops built around here as well. And that's one of the major benefits of living here right now, is you've got the amenities in this community, plenty more phases to go. Each of those phases, we know the costs are going to keep going up. This is a hedge against inflation, and you know there's so much demand for this area, so much demand for the Blue Valley School District, that it's just a great investment. All right, so back to the properties here. So that's where we just filmed the last part of the video. We're going to hop on over here before we go to the master suite in the office off the entry. I want to show you this patio because it is beautiful. So first of all, it's oversized. You've got the composite decking, and then up top, I'm a huge fan of this. All that trim work that you saw on the ceilings inside, they carried it outside. So you got the tongue and groove up top, the accent color right there, all the big windows. And a really nice part of this is all screened in. So you can see a little bit of the upgraded landscaping. That's one of the major benefits of a home like this compared to something that's brand new just out of the box. We'll talk about that here when we get to the lower level and step out on the patio. But huge, huge screened in porch. It's perfect. There aren't any stairs downstairs. The nice thing about this, they've actually planned for this. So if you did want stairs downstairs, this would be the easiest way to do it. And of course, you've got the grilling deck down there, which is an existing concrete landing that the city would require. So really easy to do if that's something that you're interested in. But right as it stands right now, really good look. So that is the patio. We'll go downstairs here in a second. We'll talk about the upgraded landscaping. I think they did a great job, and you'll notice it really shines compared to some of the new construction landscaping that you'll see, which is kind of small. It's not quite matured yet. And of course, these arborvitae grow about 3 to 5 feet a year. So we'll make our way back through this main floor. It lives really nice. It's got a lot of space, really bright and open. Love that piano. I know I said that already, but it is a nice touch. So this is the office right off the entry here. Real tall ceilings. You've got the upgraded carpet. Get you a little bit of a close-up here. Real thick pad under that. And I do believe you have, I believe these are casement windows too. So these windows, they crank open. You're getting a little bit more airflow in. Of course, you do have the plantation shutters there and a nice closet here in the corner. Now this does count as a bedroom. There are 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms in this house. The reason it counts as a bedroom is it's got that closet. You've also got the full bath right here. So tile floor, you've got tile in the shower all the way up to the ceiling. Now last thing on the main floor, we're gonna take a look at the master suite. You can see that trim work. It's carried throughout the home. No expenses spared on that. You've got nice little closet, coat closet leading in to the master bedroom. And you'll notice they did the upgrading carpet in here as well. Thicker pad below, high tread carpet, so it's nice and durable. And then I don't know what to call it, maybe a double box vault ceiling. Beautiful crown molding on both of those layers. Upgraded light fixtures. Now, one of the coolest features in the master suite is this sitting area right here. Not only do you have the casing, the opening right there as well, but it feels nice and cozy. And in the morning, if you've got a magazine or a book that you're reading, these windows, they're bringing in quite a bit of natural light. So you're getting your sunlight in the morning in one of the most comfy spots throughout the home. Of course, you've got a beautiful light fixture above. Just to give you an idea, the scale of this bedroom, plenty of space on either side of the bed. And of course, the box vaulted ceiling gives you quite a bit of volume too. Now, the bathroom, tall ceilings. I like the tray ceiling up there with the underlighting. Looks really good. But one of the big things you'll notice throughout the house is you've got a ton of storage. So you got the tower on each side of the double vanity. You got the mirrors, the window in the middle, bringing in some real light for those mornings. You've got the fully trimmed out mirror right there. And then in addition to this nice linen closet here, you've got the shower and water closet, which are actually tucked away behind this door. So you can close this door. It's keeping all the steam in the water closet shower area. Creates a little more sense of privacy, so not everything's open and exposed. And while the glass looks nice, having it tucked back here makes it a whole lot easier to maintain. And of course, you got beautiful tile going all the way up to the top of the shower. You got a nice little ledge right there. And the closet here, right at the other side, is absolutely huge. These are very, very tall ceilings. You've got 2 different rows of hanging spaces for any clothes. And of course, you've got shelving all the way up in the center. Now, we're going to turn around. We're going to actually head downstairs to the lower level. This is a walkout reverse 1.5, which is really nice. That's why you've got that deck off the main level, but it also means you've got a patio off the lower level. So imagine Chiefs game Sunday, you're having family, friends over, or maybe you've got some kids. This is the perfect place for them because it leads right out to the backyard. This really makes indoor-outdoor living very nice and functional, especially here in Kansas City. You know, we've got all 4 seasons. This makes it really nice, allows you to maximize those nice spring and fall days when the weather is nice and cool, the sun's out, etc. And of course, they carried the stucco on down here as well. And a nice little cutout for maybe a grill right there. You do have a separate grilling deck over to your left. And then this is really where you can take in the true beauty of the natural, the landscaping that they did. All right, so since this is not a brand new home, since this was built in 2019, all this landscaping has had a few years to grow and create quite a bit of privacy back here for you. So if you decided to fence this in, it'd be a nice private backyard. It already has quite a bit of privacy as is because of those tall evergreen back there. Now, one really cool feature, and I'm starting to see a little bit more of this, not only the grill deck, but this is unfinished space in the garage. I'll show you the other side in just a second. And you've got a door coming right out here. So imagine you've got the lawn equipment, maybe a mower, etc. back there. Makes it really easy to get it right out into the backyard. And that way you don't have to keep it in your garage. You can keep it in the lower level unfinished space. So we're gonna head back into the house. And you'll notice you've got that wet bar right in front of us. Countertops are almost gleaming. They've got a really nice look to them. Cabinets all the way to the ceiling. Very well placed sink right there as well. So I want to show you kind of what we just talked about. You've got a painted floor in here, which makes it nice and clean, easy to maintain. And then this is the door we were talking about. So a little tool bench right here. And then you've got that door from the unfinished storage going out into the backyard, which is quite a bit of functionality down here. Now let's take a look at the rest of the, actually, one second. I'm spinning us around real quick. Central vac, really cool, right? You've got the vacuum on the either side of the island. This is a really nice touch, really convenient, and makes keeping the house clean very, very easy. Now you do have this bonus rec room down here. Again, perfect space for having family, friends over, or just a great play area for the kids. You've got luxury vinyl planking down here. And this is where you'll find the other 2 bedrooms and a full bathroom. So they chose to go ahead and carry the luxury vinyl planking into the bedrooms as well. Usually you'll just see some carpet, But as you can tell, there are a lot of details that went into building this house. The owners did a great job. And you've got a similar sitting area down here to what we saw upstairs. So the owners currently use this as another office space, which is perfect. It's a nice little cutout. And of course, you've got the view of the beautiful landscaping in the backyard as well. Now you do have a Jack and Jill. You've got separate sinks. So this is sink number 1. You've got sink number 2 straight ahead. And then you've got the shower, floor to ceiling tile. And then bedroom number 4, currently being used as a home gym. Perfect space for it. You've got that window that is still bringing in natural daylight. And a well-sized closet, walk-in closet in the lower level. And then the perfect cutout for a dresser, a TV if you keep this a gym, and whatever else you'd like to do with it. Now, the final part of the video, before we discuss the price of the home, they did recently improve the price by about $15,000. So we'll discuss that here in just a second. One of the major advantages, if you're thinking about buying a brand new home versus a semi-new home like this one, built in 2019, everything's updated, everything's looking great. And quite frankly, this home has a ton of upgrades throughout, a lot of detail, attention to detail throughout the house. So a couple of the main benefits. Number 1, this home, if it was built today, the production cost would probably be around 1.1, if not 1.15. It's not inexpensive. All of these upgrades certainly cost a whole lot more money today than they did in 2019. So you've got quite a bit of value right there alone. Number 2 is that the price on the contract is the same price of the closing table, right? It's very, very frequent when you're going after new construction, you choose to do some of the upgrades like this. You can see 2 totally different numbers between the base contract and at the closing table because the upgrades can add up over time. Luckily, all of these are already factored in, and since they were done in 2019, there's quite a bit less cost involved in it because we didn't have all the supply chain issues, etc., that has plagued us over the last few years. And of course, inflation, material prices have increased, and it would be a whole lot more expensive to build this same house today than in 2019. Now, number 3, we've hinted at a little bit throughout the video, is you've got the mature landscaping, right? A brand new home out of the box, that landscaping's usually been put in a week, maybe a month before closing. So this has had a couple years to mature, and you can see that you've got a little bit more built-in privacy in the backyard there, which is really, really nice, especially if that's something that you value. Sometimes that can be a little tough to find, especially in subdivisions. But because this home was built in 2019 and has had those few years to grow, you're in a really good spot there. And then finally, the out-of-the-box things like garage door openers. You've got the beautiful plantation shutters throughout this home. It brings the price to $900,000. If you were to build this today, you'd probably be looking at a 1.1, 1.2. Now, with that being said, if you have any interest in seeing this specific home or any homes like it in the Overland Park area, Blue Valley School District, or surrounding areas, make sure to reach out. All of my contact information is down below at the top of the description. It's also on the screen. I'd love to show you some of your options. And also, if you are interested in a brand new home or you do want to build a home, we can also pull the most recent incentives, pricing, and releases in the city so you're getting first access to them. So give me a call, text, email if you have any questions, or if you want to come see this beautiful house, because it's not going to last forever, and we will see you on the other side.